Good morning. It's May the 1st, May Bank Holiday Monday, and just back from 5 days away on holiday, and everything's gone ballistic in the garden. So many jobs to do. You'd think we've been away for months. We've started by trying to fix compost bins. We had a bit of a rodent problem in there while we've been away. I guess it's because the dogs haven't been here to scare anything out of the garden. Everything's grown like mad, and I'm just looking around the greenhouse because the tomatoes are doing okay, but they do need some water. And I've got a list as long as my arm of jobs to do today, so I better get cracking. Well, that's the first job done and dusted. That's better. We'd had a slight rodent problem while we were away. They'd been in the compost bins and everything had been pulled out of the doors at the bottom where they weren't very secure. So the man who knows how to do these things has fixed it. And the compost is looking good. Luckily, we've been given another compost bin and it was going spare, so we've just used the plastic from that to fix these. Excellent. Something's been in here nibbling away at my basil, and as I move the tray, there's the culprit there. Ah, and another one. I'm gonna have to rehome them. Everything else seems happy enough in here. Sweet corn's doing all right. Tomatoes have grown. They could do with a bit of a water, which I'm going to do immediately. Cucumbers look all right. Oh, what have we here? What have we here? I don't know what these seedlings are. More cucumbers, probably. That's the tomatoes and cucumbers watered. These things don't drain very well. We did drill out the holes, but seem to need to... they fill up with soil, and then it doesn't drain very well. Or maybe it's supposed to drain slowly. I don't know. I've never used these root trainers before. See how it goes. Tomatoes look happy enough though. All the seedlings I bought from my neighbour's. She's been looking after them on her kitchen windowsill. Kitchen table rather. They're all doing quite nicely. There's the leeks, and look at the Lolo Rosso. It's been growing like mad while we've been away. So I've started putting everything outside, and it'll all be protected if there's another frost, but it all needs hardening off now. There's all the sweet corn now under there. I've got one nasturtium. One. Huh. Right, next job on the agenda, as we have lots of potato action here, is to get this lot uncovered, and then another layer of hay on top of that. Every time I find a slug, it's going in my bin to take for a walk later. So there we are then. Potatoes. Can't wait. While I'm needing more straw for the potatoes, I'm now going to take the covering off the parsnip and carrot seedlings to see if there's any action under there. Well, there's some germination of something, but I think that's more likely to be weeds, but also there's a whole load of slugs there, so they may have just been eating everything as it's come through. They're going to be removed. You're going for a walk later. The peas were starting to get tangled up in the cat-proof netting, so I've tightened their support at the back and pulled them away, and that should sort that out. So everything I planted in here, apart from one Lolla Rosso, has been eaten. So I'm guessing that was the slugs I found under the hay in that area there. I've just been carefully lifting the hay off these seeds here, and although it's difficult to see with the weeds what's weeds and what's not, that is definitely a carrot. That is definitely a carrot. But as for parsnip and swede, I'm not sure yet. That looks like a clump of something. I wonder, no, it's not in the right area. I think that's a weed. I'll leave it in anyway until it's... This is the seed tape again that I put in the front garden. That's definitely carrot. Good. So carrot seed tape does seem to be working. These big snails seem to get themselves stuck in the netting, so I'm going to rescue them and take those for a walk later as well. I've taken the cat protection off the garlic, and this is a perennial cabbage that was getting too tall, so that can do its own thing now. And then I've taken all the cat protection off this bed because it was getting too weedy, plus the peas were clinging onto the cat proofing. I didn't really want them to get much bigger because of that, and I'm just giving it a general hoeing over now, and then very shortly, not today, I can get the bean canes in. That's that bed sorted. There's some chard left from last year that's been, it was hacked back when I sorted the bed in the autumn. I'm just going to leave it do its own thing. It can grow there underneath the beans if necessary. There we are, happy with that. Getting things tackled at last. All these seedlings seem to be doing well while we were away. Got plenty of radish tops, but they don't seem to be making much bulb underneath. Don't know why that is. Still some bits of broccoli, purple sprouting rather, to pick before I take that out. Some things had some of the little dill seedlings, don't know what that is. Just harvested the first of the rhubarb. Look at the size of that. Wonderful. This is mostly going to be turned into wine. There's the potatoes all tucked up with an extra layer of hay. I shall probably put another layer again when they've grown through a bit more. And I've got to go over the allotment and see what's happening over there. See if the potatoes are up, and I'll do the same over there. These are some more of the seedlings that went to my neighbour. She looked after them so well while we were on holiday. Wonderful. Some of the runner bean seeds are okay, others haven't germinated, and I think the problem was all that heat last year. I lost all the flowers in the heat, and then as it started getting cooler I eventually got runner beans, but they were very, very late, so the seed I don't think that I saved was mature enough, but at least I've got some, and I've still got plenty of time to put in more seed. So, not much germination on the dwarf beans either, or the Greek gigantes. Looks like there's only one. Oh well, I'll just sow some more and see what happens. While we were away on holiday, I needed some reading matter, so I went and got a Gardener's World magazine, and there were 6 packets of free seed. Well, not really free. Flipping out, £8.50 for a magazine these days. God. I've just weighed the rhubarb. There was nearly £4 altogether. £3 I'm going to put in the freezer for wine, and £1 I'm going to make into a crumble for dinner tonight. The girls have been good while we've been on holiday. We've been able to watch them on their chicken cam. They're loving this bit of warmth. Look at that, I'm just bathing in there. And as usual, Elf's keeping an eye on his babies. I've just harvested the last of the purple sprouting. This has just been amazing. And I'm now going to take the plants out. It'll all go on the compost, of course. So that looks tidier. Just go and get some manure and put on the top of that, rake it over a bit, and I think that'll be about it for today. A layer of manure, just 1 bag, and now it's cat protected. I've just got to take a few slugs and snails for a walk. Quite a collection today, blimey. Some for crumble, some for the freezer. Well, that's me done for the day. I've kind of run out of hours. There's never enough time in the day when you've got to go back to work. I've sorted out most things I wanted to in the garden here at home, but I haven't had a chance to go over the allotment. I'm back to work tomorrow, so might get a chance tomorrow afternoon if I get back from work early enough, we'll see. I've just got to go and do something with this rhubarb now, and I'll probably use up that purple sprouting for dinner with something I don't know what yet tonight. So, see you next time. Bye. Rhubarb crumble. Stir-fried the purple sprouting with onion, some Savoy cabbage, garlic, soy sauce and some other seasoning, and we're having that with sweet potato and carrot chips. Rhubarb crumble with creme fraiche.
Yummy!